Cover for me! I got a whiz behind a tree. So an orc walks into a bar with a parrot on his shoulder. The bartender says, "Hey, where'd you get that?" The parrot says, "Durotar, they got 'em all over the place." A duck walked into an apothecary and said, "Give me some chapstick and put it on my bill." How does a Tauren hide in a cherry tree? He paints his hooves red. A guy walked up to me and said, "I'm a teepee, I'm a wigwam, I'm a teepee, I'm a wigwam." I said, "Relax, man, you're too tense." So I have this idea for a great movie. It's about two gnomes who find a bracelet of power, and they have to take it to the burning steps and cast it into the cauldron. They form the Brotherhood of the Bracelet. Along the way, they're trailed by a murloc named Gotham, who's obsessed with the bracelet, and 9 bracelet boogeymen. It could be a 3-parter called Ruler of the Bracelet. The first part would be called The Brotherhood of the Bracelet, followed by A Couple of Towers, with the climactic ending called Hey, the King's Back.
Why does everyone automatically assume I know tailoring and cooking? Do you ever feel like you're not in charge of your own destiny? Like you're being controlled by an invisible hand? Sometimes I have trouble controlling the volume of my voice! I like to fart in the tub. Me and my girlfriends exchange clothes all the time. We're all the same size. I can't find anywhere to get my nails done. I can't wait till this quest is done and I can look for another Garibaldi artifact. I like my beer like I like my women, stout and bitter. Oh, I'm just a social drinker. Every time someone says I'll have a drink, I say, "So shall I." Oh, I'm having a wardrobe malfunction. Oh, there's me hammer. I don't have a drinking problem. I drink, I get drunk, I fall down, no problem. Hi-ho, hi-ho. Second verse, same as the first. Ah, winter. Yes, winter. I don't drink anymore. Of course I don't drink any less either. I don't like to be underground. It reminds me of death. I give myself a Dutch oven pedicure every night. I got no foot fungus at all. My toes are pristine. My uncle has brass balls. No, really. It's like my father always used to say, "Shut up and get out." I like my ale like I like my men, dark and rich. No, they're not real, but thanks for noticing. I think that last vendor shortchanged me. Oh, that was a bad one. I'd like to give a shout out to my boys in Gnomeregan, keeping it real, Big T, Snoop Up, and Little D's. Y'all are short, but you're real, baby. I do hope to find some interesting gadgets around here. I do love tinkering with things. I had an idea for a device that you could put small pieces of bread in to cook, but in the end I really didn't think there'd be much of a market for it. You know, I really wish I had a garden where I could put a couple of human statues. I look bigger in those mirrors where things look bigger. I apologize profusely for any inconvenience that my murderous rampage may have caused. I've discovered that being pummeled by a blunt weapon can be quite painful. You know, squirrels can be deadly when cornered. Someday, I hope to find the nuggets on a chicken.
I don't know about you, but I can't understand a thing those wisps say. I usually just nod. Last night I went to an awesome stag party. You know those ancient protectors in Darnassus? They're not that old. I don't mind the gnomes, but I'm always worried about tripping over one. Man, I was halfway through the Emerald Dream when I had to pee. What? I didn't hear that. Is that thing sharp? Could that thing cut me? I'm not immortal now, you know. Who wants to live forever?
You know, I have to keep moving at night, or I'll disappear. Oh, I'm dancing again. I hope all your friends are enjoying the show. I think the guys just used the Emerald Dream as an excuse to avoid calling me back. You know, wisps are actually pretty useful for personal hygiene. Actually, I'm more of a morning elf.
What do you mean there's an octopus on my face? I love this planet. I come here, I see cow and chicken and ride the horses. This planet has everything. You know, our tails add to our natural balance and agility. Ha! We have it all figured out. Step 1, we land the Exodar. Step 3, we defeat Legion and go home. There is only one detail missing. When we arrived here, I lost many jewels. They had been in my family for generations. If you could get your hands on my family jewels, I would be deeply appreciative. We did not realize, but in Naru language, Exodar means defective electord.
Why does everyone have trouble with the name of our people? It sounds just like it is spelt. How exactly do you crash into a planet? That's what I want to know. Stop and ask for directions, I tell him. But no! It's interdimensional, he says. What could go wrong? Yes, they are real. And they can cut glass. Look at my hoof! Does this crack look infected to you? Single Draenei Female seeks blacksmith with grinding wheel to take care of me and my gorgeous hooves. This planet has a tremendous supply of sandstone. Its inhabitants must be wealthy beyond their dreams. I have a wonderful recipe. Bring 2 gnomes, 2 eggs. Beat the gnomes, separate the eggs, or was it... details.
Come closer, I don't bite. Often. Usually. Sometimes. Actually, you might want to keep your distance. Since the change, I find I prefer my meat rare. Raw, even. Perhaps struggling. It's nothing personal, I just don't feel I really know a person until I've sniffed their crotch. So then she says to me, what big teeth you have. I mean, what do you say to that? I love Darnassus. Trees everywhere. All right, I've got hairy palms. So what? Worgen hard or hardly Worgen? I'll show you a full moon. Did you know I'm a Worgen donor? Are you into furries?
Come closer, I don't bite. Often. Usually. Sometimes. Actually, you might want to keep your distance. Since the change, I find I prefer my meat rare. Raw, even. Perhaps struggling. It's nothing personal. I just don't feel I really know a person until I've sniffed their crotch. So then she says to me, what big teeth you have. I mean, what do you say to that? I love Darnassus. Trees everywhere. All right, I've got hairy palms. So, Worgen hard or hardly Worgen? I'll show you a full moon. Did you know I'm a Worgen donor? Are you into furries?
For the holiday, he tried to give me a bone. No, a bone. An ordinary bone. What did you think I'm... Oh, at least we don't sparkle. Pardon. I love Darnassus. Trees everywhere. Excuse me, could I just, sniff your backside for a second? Yes, I've tried shaving. It doesn't work. Trust me. Something under your cloak smells heavenly. Oh! I don't really know why we do that. That's like... Is that bacon? Hey guys, I smell... Do you smell bacon? Bacon! Anyone? Oh, that's bacon. Bacon! Who's got the bacon? Where's the bacon? I get moody during that time of the month. You know, with the full moon and all.
For the holiday, he tried to give me a bone. No, a bone. An ordinary bone. What did you think I'm... Oh. At least we don't sparkle. Pardon. I love Darnassus. Trees everywhere. Excuse me, could I... just sniff your backside for a sec? Yes, I've tried shaving. It doesn't work. Trust me. Something under your cloak smells heavenly. I don't really know why we do that. That's like... Is that bacon? Hey guys, I smell... Do you smell bacon? Bacon, anyone? Oh, that's bacon. Bacon! Who's got the bacon? Where's the bacon? I get moody during that time of the month. You know, with the full moon and all. 10 years in stasis will give you such a crick in the neck. You are not prepared. Sorry, I thought you were someone else. Demon blood is thicker than, regular blood. True love? No, I distinctly said to glaive, and as we all know, to glaive means to slice apart into 1,000,000 pieces. This tattoo here, well, that's the power of darkness. Over here you've got your demonic scourge, and this one says, Mom. Shaving without a mirror is the only tricky part about this gig. It's all fun and games until someone pokes an eye out. All right, I'm blind, not deaf. Spectral sight's not everything it's cracked up to be. Did you know that dwarves wear absolutely no undergarments?
I don't hunt demons just for sport. I make sure to use all their body parts. No, Mom, this is not just a phase. Demon souls taste delicious, though some do have an odd cinnamon aftertaste. Fight fire with fire. Unless it's an actual fire, then use water.
The Vindicar is a fast ship. You could say it travels at light speed. Face tentacles? We do not have face tentacles. If we did, that would mean Draenei are secretly emissaries of the Void, gaining your trust as we infiltrate your society so that we can bring about its end. And I'm certain you're not implying that, are you? If one more of you natives calls me a walking chandelier, I swear I'll... After being aboard a ship for so long, it is nice to walk on solid ground again. All those hard surfaces were murder on my hooves. My life for ire. Argus. My life for Argus. Sorry if my tattoos look a little dim. I forgot to charge my battery last night. I thought my tattoos said Light's Defender in Naru. I found out it actually says Glowing Goat. This world of yours is very strange. Talking bears who practice kung fu? On Argus, we call that a circus.
We haven't crashed the Vindicar yet, but given our track record, it's only a matter of time. Toes are overrated. Hooves make pedicures go so much faster. Tyrellian was the only human I saw for 1,000 years. I assumed all of them were grizzled and scarred. Have you seen Prophet Velen's new dance? He calls it the Macarena. Have you met my dog? His name is Barking on Popos. I don't recommend walking barehoof on the Vindicar. We keep finding tiny shards of crystal that didn't get swept up. No, I do not have a glowing stamp above my tail. One downside of being Lightforged is that all my selfies are overexposed. Old gods. I mean, really? Some have mouths for eyes, others have eyes for mouths. Talk about a hot mess. Say what you will about the tenets of the Void, at least it's an ethos. I know what you're thinking. Oh goody, another elf. Well, I bet you weren't expecting a Void elf, now were you? If you're looking for tall, dark, and brooding, that's me. Well, dark and brooding at least. Would you believe that purple has always been my favorite color? Even before I went Void, I mean. The fact that I wield Void energies doesn't mean I plan to consume everything I see. After all, I have a figure to maintain. Illyria is my favorite Windrunner sister. Edgier than Verisa, but slightly less homicidal than the dead one. Well, yes, technically the Void does want to consume the entire cosmos, but I'll settle for a smaller bite. For now. You think you have a dark side? Elf, please. Oh, who does my hair? You might have heard of my stylist, it's called The Void. No matter how much you plead, I will not sprout tentacles or turn into a giant eyeball. Well, I might, but not because you asked. No, we do not drink blood. That's the Sen Lane. Totally different emo elf. Gloomy? I'm not gloomy, I just dress that way and talk that way and act that way. First was high, then blood, now void. Get the order right. Those shifty mainlanders build such tiny ships. Me, I like big boats and I cannot lie. A priest, a mage, and a warlock walk into a bar. Then another, and another. Coltyrus has a lot of bars. What do you do when your boat's under the weather? Take it to the dock. Are you in the market to buy a ship? I've got one that's on sale. What do you call 100 drunk sailors? A good start! I often get asked if I'm from Drustvar. Must be my resting witch face. Why is it that every mainlander immediately jumps to the conclusion that Coltyrus is infested with old gods? Sure, we make giant tentacle statues and carve squid faces all over the place and... Oh yeah, I see it now. Say what you will about the war, but at least it finally put Coltyrus on the map. What's the best fruit for avoiding scurvy? Navel oranges, of course. I just got some piercings done at a great price. Only $1 an ear. What do you say to a lazy crew? Best get a crackin'. Some were shocked that Lord Stormsong made a bargain with Ajara, but I always knew he smelled fishy. Did you know that roughly 3.14% of sailors are pirates? There's one thing I can never forgive Lady Jaina for. Losing her accent.
Come here a second. I want to ask you a question. My wife complains that I leave soot all over the furniture. I say it adds character. That Magni Bronzebeard thinks he's so clever, but I can see right through him. A night elf laughed at me for living inside a volcano. Well, at least I don't have to worry about my mountain burning down, now do I? What, too soon? I'm a very passionate fella. Can you tell by the fire in me eyes? When a cohound messes on your carpet, you don't bother with a towel. You grab a fire extinguisher.
I live in a volcano. Personal hygiene ain't exactly high on my list of priorities. I once had a pet bird. I used to tell him, by fire be perched. Ah, Sooty, I miss you. Stop, drop and roll. And just what is that supposed to mean? Some dwarves just want to watch the world burn. I happen to be one of them. Me mandar met at the Grim Guzzler. Come to think of it, everybody's mandar met at the Grim Guzzler. I always wanted a pair of diamond earrings. Think Magni would notice if I chipped off a couple of bits? The secret to living a happy life at the forge? Well, flame-resistant hairnets, of course. Electric sheep? No, I dream of explosive sheep. I'll have you know that my favorite type of music is not heavy metal. It's industrial. Sometimes I just feel like a cog in the machine, you know? It takes nerves of steel to be a mechagnome, though recently we switched to titanium. Why, yes, I do have a vibrate setting. Why does everyone keep asking? Being a mechagnome is great, but have you ever met a megagnome? They're huge, at least 4 feet tall. I'm here now, but I used to be mecha-gone.
I like to make jokes about the elements, but only periodically. What do you call it when 2 robots get into a fight? Assault and battery. A lot of people say binary jokes aren't funny, but wait until you hear my bit. Hey, are you wearing a wire? They're all the rage right now. Any chance you could lend me a hand? Mine's in the shop. When an alliance soldier yells, 2 arms, my first question is, which ones? I've got like a dozen to choose from. Sometimes you just have to kick back, relax, and recharge.
Orc smash. It's not easy being green. I will crush and destroy and... Ooh, shiny. Man, dog, you know, it's like I'm feeling you, but I'm not feeling you, you know? I come from the orcs. We eat with spoons and forks. We love to eat our pork. Stop poking me. Well, that was okay.
Get between me and my food, and you'll lose a hand. I need to get my chest waxed again. I have no respect for people with small piercings. I say go full hog. Put a spear through your head. Man, I think that boar meat's coming back on me. I gotta hit the can. Anyone have a hearthstone? What's estrogen? Can you eat it? I feel very feminine, and I'll beat the crap out of anyone who disagrees. I like my women dumpy and droopy with halitosis. Neutral here. I heard if you cut off an extremity, it'll regenerate a little bigger. Don't believe it. I got a shrunken head. I just came out of the pool. Cooking's done. Stew here. Strong halitosis be but one of my feminine traits. I got all this, and personality too. If cannibalism be wrong, I don't want to be right. The way to a man's hut is through his stomach, but I go through the rib cage. I feel pretty, oh so pretty.
Mess with the bull, you get the horns. Homogenized? No way, I like the ladies. You know, Taurens are born hunters. You ever see a Tauren catch a salmon out of a stream? It really is quite exciting. Have you ever seen a Tauren stalk a python? Of course you haven't. That's because Taurens are so adept at blending in with their surroundings. Here's the beef. Moo, are you happy now? I know it seems strange, but I'm practically a cow. So why am I wearing leather?
I once laughed so hard I milked all over the floor.
In my native tongue, my name means dances with tassels. You know how hard it is to get your groove on with the spirit of your great-grandmother looking over you? Happy Taurens come from Mulgore.
Hey diddle diddle, the mucus and the spittle, the corpse sank in the lagoon. The Murloc said, to see such a sight, and the dwarf spanked the baboon. I'm dead, and I'm pissed. Roses are gray, violets are gray. I'm dead and colorblind. Anyone have any odorant? Either wet dog, fresh garbage, or low tide will do. I can't stand the smell of orcs.
You know, once you're dead, nothing smells bad anymore. Rotten eggs? No problem. Dead fish? Like a spring breeze. I'd paint my toenails, but I'm not sure where they fell off. This stinks. You don't need deodorant when you don't have any armpits. Yes, they're real. They're not mine, but they're real. I heard a knee slapper once and skipped my knee right across a lake. Ah, doornails. I'm in a rotten mood. The problem with these Horde characters is that they lack sophistication. We're allied with the Tauren. Fantastic! We'll be having steak twice a week. Don't you wish your girlfriend was hot like me? Give me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to... Oh, just give me some frigging magic before I kill somebody! I could really use a scrunchie. Yeah, you heard me. So I was in line at the bat handler with some undead guy in front of me, and all of a sudden he just lets one go, didn't even try to disguise it. I don't know what he ate, but it did not agree with him. I thought, what crawled up you and died? I'm trying to cut back on arcane magic. Look, I got the patch. How can I miss you if you don't go away? I hate Thunderbluff. You can't find a good burger anywhere. You think the expansion will make me fat? So I went to this troll spa the other day, and I wound up with dreadlocks and a friggin' bone in my nose. I mean, come on, who pays for that? So you mean I'm stuck with this hair color? I went to Undercity to get a facial. Have you seen these people? I said, you don't have a lower jaw, and you're gonna give me a facial? She got mad. Or at least, I think she did. Have you ever seen someone talk without a lower jaw? She sounded like a Murloc. Mirrors can't talk. Luckily for you, they can't laugh either.
One word. Plastics. I dabbled in gold farming, but I couldn't get the coins to sprout. Ooh, I got it. What if we organized crime? Yeah, she told me to tie her up and do whatever I wanted to her, so I took a stereo. I am their little friend. Say hello. When in doubt, blow it up. Skip to step 3. Profit. I don't make jokes. I make money. Out of the way, you knob goblin. My family comes from a long line of goblin sappers making their mark. My grandfather's was 30 meters across.
Yeah, I'm a gold digger. And copper and silver. My adventure portfolio is up, but most of my liquid assets right now are tied up in post-dividend superannuity remortgagement futures, bought on margin. That's a sure thing. With the right bribes, anything is street legal. Listen, babe, you gotta keep up. The world is changing. Everything these days is now, now, now. Faster, faster, faster. Me, me, me. Murder, murder, murder. I'm a modern goblin woman. Independent. I still let men do nice things for me, but I stopped giving them any credit. I'm a free spirit. I don't like to be tied down. What? Oh, you mean literally? Oh no. Totally into that. If at first you don't succeed, blow it up again. Skip to step 3. Profit. I don't make jokes. I make money. Out of the way, you knob goblin.
A dreadlord, an infernal, and a doom god walked into a bar, so I killed them all. I actually got these tattoos before I went to prison. I eat demons for breakfast and vengeance for lunch, but I usually skip dinner because vengeance has a lot of calories. Do these horns make me look evil? Darkness called, but I wasn't home, so he left a message. In a blind taste test, people said I tasted like charcoal and vengeance. You know, I could really use a manicure. Oh, it's all fun and games until someone pokes an eye out.
Well, what do you know? Your other senses do get stronger. You really need to shower, by the way. Being a conduit for chaos is terrible for my hair. Do not play hard to get. I always catch my prey. Fight fire with fire! Unless it's actually fire, then you should probably use water. I only wear black and very, very dark grey. Of course these are real. You mean the tattoos, right?
Let's play a game. We take a drink every time a harpy screeches about earth and stone. What smells worse than a Drogba? 2 Drogba. What smells worse than 2 Drogba? Nobody knows, because the stench will kill you! A buddy of mine convinced some epic-geared adventurer to kick fish into the river. Wait, that wasn't you, was it? I may be a simple Tauren from the mountains, but at least I don't dig through worm dung for loot. Why does that Draenei couple keep asking me where Rocky is? A Tauren, a Yongal, and a Tonka walk into a bar. This isn't a joke, it's my family reunion. I'm forming a group of Tauren demon hunters. We're called the Illidari. Did you just try to hang your hat on my antlers? What do I look like, a coat rack?
I'm not usually into Drogba, but when I see them working out in that Brule gym, well, let's just say the deep places of the earth get a little steamy. Tauren make the best poets. Their verse is so moving. Brr, it's cold in here. In the mood for some ice cream? I know Ethel. She's a very fast walker. She just thinks it's funny to mess with tourists. We are Highmountain. Unless you're leaving, then we're Goodbye Mountain. What do you get when you feed cocoa to a Highmountain Tauren? Chocolate mousse. Why are the rivermen always so calm? Because they've learned to go with the flow. Oh, he said my eyes were milky. Talk about a mood killer.
Why does everybody keep asking me to say that? Huh, fine.
An illusion? What are you hiding?
To be honest, most of the time, something was quite right. Let's be honest, keeping a giant angry dinosaur caged up in a zoo was bound to end badly. I don't know why they call it the Court of Stars. I hang out there all the time and I never see anyone famous. It's what I do. I drink arc wine and I know things. Back in my day, there was only one kind of elf. One! My name is Roy, and I'm a mana addict. Can you believe there are cities out there that aren't encased in a magic bubble? I mean, how do these people keep the dust out? Savages.
Night elves? More like country elves? They live in trees, sleep in dens, sometimes even grow antlers. They're not cut out for life in a real city. Care for a glass of arc wine? I jumped on the berries myself. Tyrande still looks good after all these years. Know if she's seeing anyone? You really must attend one of our parties in the Court of Stars. I have never met anyone more in need of a mask. Roses are red, our city is fair. Is that a disguise? Who goes there? I met this Caldore who told me my dress was the pinnacle of fashion. 10,000 years ago. Ouch! Those night elves really know how to throw some shade. An illusion? What are you implying? I like bubbles. They make me feel safe.
Psst! Can you keep a secret? I am not a fan of dark magic. My collection of skulls and fetishes is purely decorative. Need to name a city. Do what we do and put Zul in front of a random word. Ha! You call that a ship? This is a ship. Troll healers have such an easy job. All they ever say is, regenerate, then call me in the morning. How lower can you go? Don't let the door hit you where the good lower split you. I don't mean to brag, but we live in a city made of gold. Those other trolls live in huts. Huts!
I try to aim high, but sometimes I'm forced to lower my standards. Orcs call those little teeth sticking out of their mouths tusks. That is adorable. Do not feel bad. To be honest, I can't keep all those lore straight either. What makes the Zandalari superior? 2 words. Good posture. I love thunder, you say? Nope, never heard of it. Next question. Evolution? No. If you ask me, elves are a giant step backwards. Elves? Humans? No thanks. I cannot trust any race with that many toes.
My favorite kind of music. Black rock and roll, of course. Stay frosty, my wolves. The chiropractor in Orgrimmar has done wonders for my back. Try spending a few decades trapped on a planet with fanatical Draenei and see how you like it. The Laughing Skull clan booed me off the stage at the comedy club. With a name like that, you'd think they'd have a sense of humor. Azeroth goes through war chiefs like Draenor goes through alternate timelines. I never met Gul'dan, but I hear he was a nightmare at parties, always trying to spike the punch bowl.
Draenor? 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 I'm just gonna say I'm from Outland. You can call me uncorrupted, but I prefer to think of myself as an organic orc. I dyed my hair green once. Warchief Hellscream was not amused. Enough of this wibbly-wimey, timey-wimey. Just let me smash stuff. The Shattered Hand are legendary warriors, but don't ever ask one of them for a back rub. Trust me on this one. Azeroth has so many rules about who you can stab, who you can't stab, who you can punch, who you can't punch. You guys need to loosen up. Hey, aren't you that one that left that abandoned garrison littering up Frostfire? Vulpera generally tell the truth, although we do enjoy the occasional tall tale. What's the best part about joining the Horde? We finally get revenge on Gilneas for all those fox hunts. I'm gonna paint my wagon. Gonna paint it good. Never loan gold to a troll named Akunda. When you try to collect, they'll insist that you gave it to a different Akunda. Not every Vulpera makes their home on the dunes. Some become pirates on the high seas. We call them quitters. Can I mix you a drink? I've got a fire flask, Renishu stomach acid, spoiled alpaca milk, and... Hey, where are you going? The Vulpera are survivors. We don't give up. We don't stop. We work harder.
Do you have something to tell me? Go ahead. I'm all ears. I'm drawing a line in the sand. Oh, I'm not mad. That's just what we did for fun back in Vol'dun. To survive in the dunes, you sometimes have to scavenge supplies from other people after you incapacitate them. Sure, Mira's song about Dolly and Dot was catchy, but that doesn't mean all Vulpera should be expected to write a jingle for our alpacas. I want you to know I cherish your friendship, but if you die on me, I'm taking your stuff. Never trust a Sethrak merchant. Bunch of snake oil peddlers if you ask me. What's a Vulpera's favorite dance? The foxtrot.
It is said, if you cannot beat them, join them. I say, if you cannot beat them, because they will be expecting you to join them, so you will have the element of surprise. Mighty is the wind, but you can still break it. Meditate on this. It is said, elephant's tusks will not grow from a dog's mouth, but you can get them in there, a little glue, some tape. It's fine, maybe a rubber band. Teach a man to fish, and he is fed for a day. He is fed. I messed it up. But we just make this stuff up anyways. Gotta store up some fat for the winter. I don't hibernate or nothing, I just like having it around. How much deeper would the ocean be without sponges? Meditate on this. It is said, everywhere is within walking distance, if you have the time. It is said, to err is human. Stupid humans. Yeah, we're gonna need a bigger turtle. Hey, you look like you've lost some weight. That's terrible. Have a dumpling.
So I was talking to this Tauren the other day and... No, I mean a Worgen. No wait. Which one's a cow and which one's a dog? All these talking animals are stupid! Let's see, forward, down, forward, punch. No, down, up, kick? As your leader, I encourage you from time to time, and always in a respectful manner, to question my logic. I promise you, right here and now, no subject will ever be taboo. Except, of course, the subject that was just under discussion. The price you pay for bringing up my Pandaren heritage as a negative is, I collect your head. Now, if any one of you has anything else to say, now is the time! I'm doing great. I could stand to gain a few pounds, sure, but who doesn't? If you shoot for the stars and hit the moon, do not be ashamed, for you have aspired to greatness, and the moon had it coming. I am mostly vegetarian. I only eat plants, and animals that eat plants. All these new cultures are so confusing. Today someone complimented me on my padonkadonk. What is that, Elvish? Of course we have thumbs. Look. Oh, I have really got to start waxing. I am a leaf in the wind, but like a big, tough leaf with swords and magic and stuff.
A bronze dragon is never late, nor are they early. They arrive precisely when they mean to. One time I sneezed inside a cheese shop. That's how I discovered my love for fondue. They say dragons can grow up to 50 feet, but I've never met one with more than 4. My favorite place is the library. You could say I'm a real bookworm. Get it? Worm? Is it hot in here? Or is it the immense plume of fire coming out of my mouth? Can you believe there was a dragon living in Stormwind and nobody realized it? You'd think the smell of sulfur would have given her away. You can never have too many Dracthyr. We scale really well.
A bronze dragon is never late, nor are they early. They arrive precisely when they mean to. One time I sneezed inside a cheese shop. That's how I discovered my love for fondue. They say dragons can grow up to 50 feet, but I've never met one with more than 4. My favorite place is the library. You could say I'm a real bookworm. Get it? Worm. Is it hot in here? Or is it just the immense plume of fire coming out of my mouth? Can you believe there was a dragon living in Stormwind and nobody realized it? You'd think the smell of sulfur would have given her away. You can never have too many Dracthyr. We scale really well. The Dracthyr are excellent musicians. We really know our scales. What do you call a Dracthyr that can juggle? Talented. I never really have a plan. I prefer to wing it. I get bored easily. The day really seems to drag on. Think your morning breath is bad? Mine sets things on fire. What do dragons and onions have in common? They both have layers. Get it? Layers. I showed my tail to one of those wolf people, but they just looked sad and walked away. I wonder why. The Dracthyr are excellent musicians. We really know our scales. What do you call a Dracthyr that can juggle? Talented. I never really have a plan. I prefer to wing it. I get bored easily. The day really seems to drag on. Think your morning breath is bad? Mine sets things on fire. What do dragons and onions have in common? They both have layers. Get it? Layers. I showed my tail to one of those wolf people, but they just looked sad and walked away. I wonder why.
A duck walked in. A duck walked into an apothecary and said, and they have to take it to the burning steps and cast it into the and they have to cast it into the cauldron. Nope. And they have to take it to the burning
Sometimes I have trouble controlling the volume of my voice.
Ugh. Let's do that one again.
I like to fart in the tub.
Alright.
Oh, I'm just a
Hang on.
I give myself a Dutch oven.
Ugh. Alright. Jesus. Alright.
I do hope to find some interesting gadgets around. I do hope.
Who is that?
But in the end, I didn't.
No.
Where I could put up. I look bigger in those mirrors where things look bigger.
Really?
I've discovered that being plump.
I was worried about tripping over one. Right. Oh, you know. Right. I'm not immortal now. You know. Hell yeah. Oh, who wants to live forever? Yeah. Oh, hang on. No. Hang on. No, I can do that one better.
Calling me back.
Ugh, fucking parrots. Alright. You already said that. Is that all of them? Octopus on my face. Oh, I can do that one again. When we are... No, I can do that one better. No. But in Naru Wrangler...
It sounds just like it is spelled.
I kind of want to get a feel for how she sounds. Because I remember the tone of most of these jokes. And of course there's a fucking ad.
Female seeks blacksmith with right there. Stop and ask for directions, I said.
Oh, he says.
Beyond their wildest dream.
It sounded kind of Scottish. I don't like that.
That sounds Scottish.
Stop it! Alright, I want to hear her say it actually.
With grinding.
Yeah.
Single Draenei Female. Single Draenei Female. Single Draenei Female with.
No, she's not with something.
Look at.
These are actually pretty funny. And now for the Worgen one.
I just don't feel I really know a person.
See, I prefer the human version of that one. And also, I think I had a thump, so I'm going to have to do that one again.
Are you into furries?
No. No. It's the same joke. Alright.
Smells heavenly.
Oh, could you fuck up for 2 seconds? Yeah, I already did this one. Oh, bacon. That's the one I'm missing. Oh, yeah, and the period joke. What the fuck is this? Alright. What the fuck? Well, you weren't done.
Full moon and all.
Haha.
Is that bacon? Hey, you smell bacon? Anyone? That's bacon. Bacon. I don't.
Yeah, I'm
10 years.
Hang on.
Years in stasis will give you such a crick in the neck.
This one says, Mom.
No.
Demon souls taste delicious. Although.
Is she aftertaste? Yeah. I love how he's just.
All those hard.
I said it like a Scottish person. It is nice to walk on solid ground again. Stop saying ground. Ground. How does it?
My life for ire. I mean.
He doesn't say I mean.
My life for ire.
Fuck. Yeah, it's
Hooves make pedicure.
Pedicures?
Turellion was. Macarena. Barking on purpose.
Oh.
Tiny shards of crystal that didn't get. We keep finding tiny shards of crystal that didn't get swept up.
Ooh. Spicy.
One downside of being Lightforged is all. One downside of.
Stop saying down. Yeah, right. I mean, really. Hang on, I'm gonna hear that one again. I mean, really? Not really? No. Oh, goody. But slightly less homicidal than the dead one. Oh, shots fired. You might have heard of my style. It is... I'm not gloomy, I just talk... No. You gotta appreciate it's a little confusing. It ends up sounding a little Scottish, but it's fine. What do you do when the I've got one that's... No, it's too Scottish. Immediately jumps to the conclusion... Yep, it is conclusion. Jumps to the conclusion that we're... conclusion that's called... Sure, we made Oh, could you shut up out there? Jesus.
There's...
Why did I say it like that?
Come here, let's say that.
Oh, fucking hell. It's not that funny.
Ain't exactly high on my list of priorities.
Ugh. The word priorities came out really shit just then.
And just what is... Stop, drop, and roll. And just what... Stop, drop, and roll. Just want to watch the world burn. Come to think of it, everybody's mom...
No. Oh, type of music.
To be a mechagnome, though sweet... Sometime...
I think that's all of them. Yep, that's all of them. What a weird thing to say. Oh, she spits. No. Hang on. No, it's got too much of a voice to it. Ugh.
You ever see a Tauren catch a... you know,
I think it started with mess with the bull, you get the horns. It did.
Mess with the bull, you get the horns.
Just in case.
I once laughed so hard I milked all over the floor.
Ugh.
You know how hard it is to get your groove on with the...
No. No, she really doesn't have many jokes, huh? To wit, one of them's been removed. So she's only got 3 jokes now. Oh, that sucks. No, okay. Wet dog, fresh garbage, low tide.
Fresh garbage or low tide will do.
No, I can do that one better.
I can't stand the smell of orcs.
Wow, okay. Dead. Like a spring breeze. Alright.
Like a spring...
I'm gonna have to edit that one together.
They're not mine, but they're real.
That's better, yep. Alright, we'll go with that one. I didn't actually hear that one, so I'm not quite sure how it sounds, but that's just me extrapolating.
The problem with these horde characters... where... give me the serenity...
Too aggressive.
Courage to change the things I... No. Courage to change the thing... No.
Stop it. Hell yeah.
I thought, what crawled up you and died?
Damn. Coming out swinging. It sounds like a flirt. It's not, alright. How can I miss you if you don't go away? No. For fuck's sake. Thunder Bluff.
I hate the...
Right.
You don't have a lower jaw, and you're gonna give me a face...
Gonna give me a face. Mm-hmm. Yep, that's exactly what it says.
She sounded like a murloc.
Damn.
Luckily for you, they can't laugh either.
God damn. Oh, that's all of them, yep.
With the right
No, I'm gonna do that one again.
superannuity remortgage...
That's a line. She shares a few of the jokes with the guy. Alright. No, that's not all of them. Oh, I may have to improv these ones. I had to improvise those last couple of ones. No one's recording. I can feel that. Yeah, that's all of them. Oh, they had all. What smells two? What smells two? Two jog bar. What smells worse than two jog bar? Nobody knows.
Because the stench
We'll kill you. Convince some epic kid. Yeah. Oh, it's no. The tone's a little different. Hang on. No. No. Stop. Fucking hell. What is it? Plane day? Yep, we get it. You're a plane. Kindly fuck off. No, see. I waited too long. Now I can't remember the tone. Wow, it's actually missing two of the jokes. Ugh. In the mood for some ice cream? Oh, she just thinks it's funny to mess with tourists. That's actually pretty funny. What do you get when you feed okay, got all of them that time. Nice. Let's be honest, keeping a... No, caged. Fuck. Oh, fuck. More like just shut up. I had to improvise that one. Whatever. It's fine. Oh, why did I close it? God damn, I hate trackpads. Oh, great. An ad. My favorite. Antlers. Oh, I said the line wrong anyway, fuck. It's elves. More like country elves. They live in trees, sleep in dens, sometimes even grow antlers. Not cut out for life in a real city. Okay, I can do that one better. What are you implying? No. My collection of skulls and fetishes is... Fuck. Hang on, I'm gonna try that one again. In a city, do what we do. Live in huts. No. Is that all of them? That is all of them. Nice. Oh, sometimes. What makes the Zandalari... I can't trust any... Oh, I cannot. That was fun. Damn. I kind of want to see if that peaks, actually. Yeah. But I prefer to think of myself as an orc... Yeah. I dyed my hair... No. Yeah, right. No, that's not what I meant to do at all. Although we do enjoy. I never really thought about that. To a troll named never learn gold to a... Yeah, it is. It's all of them. You sometimes have to scavenge for supply. That's so bad. I think that's it. It is... Oh, I think that's all of them. Hang on. Fat for the winner. Oh. No, it's not all of them. I'm missing one. These guys have a lot of jokes. Yeah. We've heard this one. Fine. I'll make it up. I could stand to gain a few pounds, but oh fuck. I'm kind of losing the accent. It's really hard. Yeah, right. That's her done. Never late, nor are they early. But I've never met one. That was $1,000 a day. What was that was a regrettable line? I no comprende. It's not in the things. Let me try that again. Here are excellent musicians. We really know our scales. Dracthyr that can juggle. The who can juggle?